Hello, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the video series. We continue to review the Understanding Construction Drawings textbook. So this video is about Unit 10. This is the second part of the second unit of part 2. And that is all about locating the building on the site. So this is a very important unit, and actually this will affect a few other things. We'll talk about that later, but basically what we need to learn here is we need to learn how to lay out building lines according to a site plan, then how to use the 6, 8, 10, or equal diagonals method to check the squareness of corners, and use a laser level to measure the depth of excavations. So let's begin with a kind of like brief overview. We know that in the old days, before people had much awareness of how site conditions affected the livability of a house, it was common for a builder to begin by removing all of the trees that were near the planned building. It was thought that those trees would just be in the way. Today, we're much more conscious of how the site affects the performance of the building. And also, I mean, I'm talking about like the 20th century probably, because the vernacular architecture, they preserve the trees, they actually build everything in synchrony with the nature. But we're talking about like recent conventional construction. So when we lay out the building lines, what is important here? The position of the building is actually important, and that will, like I said, affect the whole life cycle of the building. So the location of one corner can easily be found, and you can see it here. Actually, there is a map showing how to measure that. So please make sure that you review the textbook, not just watch the video. So I would like you to be familiar with that. And actually, I would like you to be familiar with the setbacks. This is what is discussed here as well. So that is the distance from the front boundary to the building line. And that is regulated by the zoning ordinances. And that is basically just to have the access to the building, to have air and light, and for the fire safety reasons as well. So there are a few steps describing how to do that. So in the 6, 8, 10 method is you need to measure 6 feet from the corner, and then measure 8 feet from the another corner to find point B, and line AB should be exactly 10 feet. This is how you can check if the corner is square. So also we need to understand all the diagonals. So they need to be equal. When we draw a rectangle or a square, we can check if those diagonals are equal, then it means that our site and our building is the correct shape that we need. So, and the corners are square. So the building lines can be saved even after the corner stakes are removed for earthwork by erecting better boards. So please take a look at the little diagram here, and they are sturdy horizontal boards fastened between 2x4 stakes at least 4 feet outside of the building lines. So the building lines are extended and marked on the batter boards. So please make sure that you are familiar with this. And we are moving to the excavating. So most buildings require some excavation or digging to prepare the site for a foundation. The depth of the excavation is measured from a fixed benchmark. A benchmark can be any stationary object, such as a surveyed point on the street or a very large boulder that cannot be moved. But basically, all elevations or vertical distances are measured from this benchmark. So only in the case of a real coincidence would the benchmark be at the same elevation as the surface of the ground where the excavation is to be done. So please take a look at the section. It shows the excavation. It shows the guideline and the bottom of excavation. So you need to know how to actually draw that, how to read the drawings. So the footings are placed on unexcavated earth to reduce the chance of soil compacting under them. So this means that the excavation contractor must measure the depth of the excavation accurately, and the footings may be stepped to accommodate a slope in site, and also the layout of the foundation walls and their footings is are shown by two solid lines with dimensions to indicate their sizes. So please make sure that you take a look at the all the graphics here, all the images here. So there is also a green note that I would like you to be familiar with, and a few steps how to actually set up the correct how to measure differences in elevation, how to set up the instruments, and please take a look at this chapter. This is pretty intense information, so I would really like you to be familiar with that. And you will see like little graphical representation of the instruments on the tripod, and how to do the readings, and how to actually note the reading on the target rod where the target registers the laser beam. So please make sure that you familiarize yourself with this if this is something that you plan to be doing on site. So that was it for Unit 10. Thank you so much for watching. We will continue the high-level overview in Unit 11. Thank you.